Now, one thing about delineation, though, is that delineation should not lead to isolation. You cannot make it into some sort of isolationist policy where you're just finding reasons to fight and disrespect anybody who doesn't look like you. I don't see why Pan-Africanism or any ideology close to that gets in the way of delineation. I just don't see why that stops you from being a proud African American or a proud Black American or whatever you want to call yourself. I think that I think it would be fundamentally flawed to get angry about the use of the word African because let me give you some stats on this. 99% of African Americans trace at least some of their ancestry to Africa in their DNA tests. African Americans or Black Americans are 70 to 95% African with some ties with, but we all, a lot of us have some white or Native American ancestry. I got a little bit of Irish in my blood. You know how it got there. African American DNA originates from up to 46 ethnic groups. The most frequently tied ethnic groups are Benin, Togo, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Congo. 29% of African Americans identify as closely tied to their African heritage. 75% believe the connection is strong or very strong. 65% of African Americans believe that Black people around the world share a common culture. Most Black people who seek to separate from Africa believe the separation is driven by external opposition or external oppression rather than a lack of cultural connection. Okay, so basically, what I would say to you is if you're going to talk about Black liberation, first thing you got to do, in my opinion, is you have to commit yourself to healing and educating yourself. And the reason that's important, and it doesn't mean people who disagree with me are ignorant. I'm not saying that at all. But I see a lot of anger. And because I've been hanging out with a therapist for a while, I'm married to one, so it's it comes with pluses and minuses. I get diagnosed every other day. Believe me, it ain't fun. But at the same time, I've learned a lot from my wife and her therapist friends that a lot of times when people are angry at you, they're not really angry at you. They might be just angry at the world, or they're angry because they of how they were treated by other people and things like that. And so healing is important so you know how to sort through that and not overreact to the anger from others, and also learn how to express yourself in a way that is productive and not destructive. One of the things that traumatized people tend to do is they tend to isolate everybody. They tend to just say, F you, F you, F you. I'm cutting off my cousin. I'm cutting off my brother. I'm cutting off my parents. And and what that does is that just puts you in these situations where you get stranded and strangulated. Because one of the core ideas behind colonialism is we're going to isolate these people from any power base that they have.